Hi everyone, I'm Melissa Harrell. I'm a licensed clinical mental health counselor, and I know that right now it's not the ideal time for you now that you are kind of sequestered into your house and not able to hang out with your friends as much as you'd like to. So I know for my tweens and teens out there, this is a challenging time. And I also know that many of you are already going through some tough times, as these are not easy years of navigating yourself through life just in general. So I hope some of the tips I'll have for you today will help you as you are working through this from your own mental wellness standpoint. So the first thing I would like to challenge you to do, either if you have a piece of paper in front of you, or if you, when we finish with the video, you want to try this little activity, I want you to draw a number line. Don't worry, it's not going to be math. Trust me, not for me. So when you draw your number line, you're going to put birth or born here, and you're going to put 100 years on the end, because hopefully you'll be blessed enough to live that long of a wonderful life. Then the other thing I want you to do is take your pen or pencil, whatever you have, and make a little hash mark on where you are on your paper. Let's say you're, maybe you're 15 years old. So you put your little mark on there and 15. So that 15 represents that whole entire 15 year of your life, 365 days, one whole year. Then I want you to take another color of pen or pencil, and I want you to put a tiny dot on above where your little place is at 15. And that dot represents the point in time that you are now in the year of your 15th life, year of life. That dot also represents this time of difficulty that you are currently in. So when we're in a difficult season or a difficult time, it feels like it will last forever, and it feels like it will never end. But if you take a look at your lifespan, and then you see that teeny tiny dot, one day this event will just be that, a tiny dot in your history as you are moving forward. So that's a very helpful thought, I think, as we're in this time, because everything seems to be magnifying what's going on, and this is just a way to put that in perspective for you. Another thing that I think can help you with some of those thoughts is to talk about our positive thinking versus our negative thinking. So I don't know about you, but I really love the beach, and it'd be awesome if we were all at the beach right now. So we're going to have to kind of do a little visualization on that. But one of the things that we can think about with our positive thoughts versus negative thoughts, and this has always been helpful to me. If I go to the beach and I find some really amazing shells, I'm going to want to keep those seashells, right? Because they're pretty awesome. There's some really pretty ones in this as well. So I'm not so fortunate that I found these at the beach, but they're really nice. So if I were at the beach, I would want to keep these. These shells represent your positive thoughts. This is challenging, but I'm going to get through it. I miss my friends, but I have alternative ways to see my friends. I prefer to be at school, but I'm thankful to be able to still get an education. So those are your positive thoughts that you have. Unfortunately, sometimes what we do is we take all of our positive thoughts and throw them back into the ocean and keep the sand. And the sand represents our negative thinking. So what we really want to do is we want to hold tight to our positive thoughts and not let that negative thinking take us into these very dark, spirally places that they can. So holding on to positive thoughts are a lot more helpful than holding on to that one big negative thought. And that kind of brings me to what kind of thinking that is in our brain. So these Legos are pretty hard, right? Pretty rigid. Not a lot of flexibility going on with Legos these days. Pretty much like a rock. They're great for building and making really cool things, but once you kind of build something out of that Lego, you're kind of roped into what you can do with that. But these, on the other hand, are really awesome, because you can just bend them and flex them and twist them and change them and just make them into all kinds of different things in ways that you could never think of. I've seen people make amazing crafts with these things, people that are way craftier than I, but still cool. So this is able to flex and to bend. And right now, it's very important that your mind be able to flex and to bend, because before, your structure and routine was a lot like this. It was very ordered and very structured. Now, things change day by day, and so our thinking has to change day by day as well. So the ability to have that flexibility in our thinking and to say, okay, I used to do it this way, but now I have to do it this way, is very helpful in a time like this. It will help alleviate some of your anxiety. But I've always done it this way and I don't know any other way to do it. It's okay, because a lot of people are having to bend and twist and flex, and you can learn to do that as well in this time, and it will help you as you move forward in life. You guys are in a fantastic stage of life where you're looking forward to, what am I going to do when I grow up? How am I going to impact the world? And there may be many different paths that you think about taking, and all of those paths can take you to wonderful places. But if you lock yourself into one path and you think that's the only way you can go, it's going to be challenging and tough. But if you have flexibility to be able to think, hey, I could go path A, I could go path B, I could go path C, that's a more healthy way to move through things. And so as challenging as this time we're in is, you are also in an incredible opportunity to work on your flexible thinking that will actually help you in the future. And one of my most favorite things about young people, about teens and youth, is your passion and your zeal and your zest. I think that if anything is going to, a movement is going to happen or something changing in the world is going to happen, it's going to come out of you guys. And so I'm going to give you a little challenge today. And that challenge is #FindTheGood, okay? So what I want you to do is to start a movement and to begin to think, hey, yes, let's focus on the good. What are the positive things that I can find around me in my home going on because of this situation? What are the positive things that I can find going on in my neighborhood because of this challenge? What are the positive things I see in my country because of this? And what are the positive things I could see globally that could come out of something like this? So use that information, and then when you have your limited time on social media, use this #FindTheGood and start a movement. Share with your peers, hey, yes, this is challenging, but guess what happened in my neighborhood because of this? Or guess what happened because we were online for school? That's a whole new perspective to look at this situation and to share with each other. And then it's a little bit like when you drop a pebble into the water. The ripples begin to flow and go out and out and out and out. And so if you are the ones who are finding the good and you're starting a movement, eventually you're going to be the ones who are going to be encouraging everyone to stay positive and to find the good. And again, like I said, it's generally going to come from those teens out there and the young people, because you guys have the zeal and the zest and the energy. So stay positive, work on your flexible thinking, and remember, most importantly, as difficult as it is, this is a dot in your journey that one day will be just that little dot and your life will be moving forward.